in front of me, and I haven't got a clue what in the world is happening to me. I think I'm happy, like first day of summer vacation, happy. Gotta get a little rest and relaxation, happy. Like a choir on Sunday morning singing true. Every time I see you now, get that look in my eye. Every time I see your mouth, I hear that smile. In the early misty morning light, I heard the engine turn, the old Ford outside. You were leaving me again today. You will convince me again today. You're leaving this hot town looking for someone else's golden ring. Should I say so long, Susanna? Hush now, don't you cry. So long, Susanna. Don't you cry for me. Sharing jeans and cigarettes and keeping warm out on the road. Chasing down the lifestyle out on Highway 24. New York State was a rolling breeze and the sunshine with a blue sky falling to the chill of old September creeping. You were leaving me again today. You convinced me again today. You're leaving this hot town looking for someone else's golden ring. Should I say so long, Susanna? Hush now, don't you cry. So long, Susanna. Don't you cry for me. Thank you so much, Winston. I saw the galaxy you sent. That was beautiful, generous. You're amazing. Thank you so much. Welcome, everybody. It's Friday night date night. You know what we do here. We cook nachos. We microwave Hot Pockets. We have fun. We learn. We learn together. Tonight, we're going to explore stuff. Posted my poster about 5 minutes after you. One thing I'm excited about, am I excited about it? One thing that I feel validated by. So this new 03 model from ChatGPT and the 04 mini things are just a quantitative and qualitatively different tool than we've ever had before. And while I don't know, I don't yet personally know how it's a big deal. I just have this deep instinct that it's a really big fucking deal. And like building from the launch through like right now, like right before I came on, my Twitter timeline is just people I respect up and down the board, from the sort of math and science side, from the AI, influencer side, to just regular people. Like everyone is posting that this is a big fucking deal. So that's largely what I want to talk about tonight. Kyle, please go look at irregulars at where in the world is Kyle Shannon. I can't pass that one up. All right, AI Learning Lab, here we come. Yes.
No, I was just going to tell you on the where in the world is Kyle Shannon. The post is good in and of itself, but the real specialty lies in the chat link that Danielle shared. And it's if you expand out her text, the ChatGPT story or chat that she had is in her message. So if you scroll up to...
Wait. Click on this and then...
Nope. Scrolling up just a little bit, because I was just looking at this. Pretty cool. So expand that. Yeah, and then open. So basically what she did was she reversed image searched a screen grab of your live, but you have to go in, scroll up to the top and look at the process that O3 took to find you. And then she's wondering if you know if it got it right or not.
Oh, cool. Okay. Upload an image. This is a copy of I can't see which image it is, but that's all right. So uploaded some more images. So I don't know what they are. Danielle, tell me which images you did.
She grabbed a screen grab of where you were saying "Go play now" outside of a building.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. It should be able to find that one. All right. Let's see what it does here. I mean, I love all the... Okay. So if you're new to... Wait, let me flip this. Let me put my black bar up. We're jumping right in here. This is cool, Danielle. Okay. So if you're new to what makes O3 different, why it's unique and interesting, is that if you know a little bit about normal large language models and reasoning models, the basic difference between them is a normal large language model like GPT-4o, the basic model at the top of the list, is that you ask it something and it gives you an answer, right? A reasoning model, you ask it something and then it has a conversation with itself. It calls it thinking. As Pate Motter rightfully points out, it's not actually thinking, but it behaves like it's thinking, right? It's sort of prompting and responding behind the scenes before it gives you an answer. O3 amplifies that. It can do much longer chain of thought conversations. It's also multimodal, so it can incorporate images and do image analysis as well as text, large language model stuff. It can do both. And it can do tools. It can write and execute its own Python code. So if what she asked was, tell me where this thing is, if it needs to analyze a photo to try to find things out, it will write its own code to do that analysis as part of its internal conversation with itself. So that's some of the stuff that we're seeing here. So it thought for 43 seconds, which in O3 is a pretty long time because it's a very, very fast model.
And this is the epitome of we'll do it live. Go ahead and refresh your screen or uncheck the box for all show details, because you're seeing something very different than what I'm seeing. And what I'm seeing on my end is probably more relevant to how the model operates.
Wait,
I'm just not sure why it didn't load on your end. And if not, I can share a screen.
Oh yeah, now it's got pictures in it.
There we go. Okay, now we're seeing it. So she
Okay.
didn't upload those like screen grabs. That's the model like zooming in and analyzing in real time. So it like
Got
that's
it.
the original screen share, and then as you scroll down, it's like pinching in on your cheek and
Yeah.
the building
Okay.
behind you.
Okay.
So
Yeah. Great.
that's the model doing that. That's not
Yeah.
Danielle giving them the information.
Yeah. Exactly. So that's perfect. So, her prompt, can you tell me exactly where this location is? Right. And then it starts, like, if you have another frame, that would help. And then it looks like maybe she uploaded some stuff, but now it's importing the image and, looking at it. So there's the first, it looked at the whole image first. Now it chopped it up, looked at that part of it. Now it chopped it up, looked at that part of it. That's actually, this is a brewery right across the street from the place I work. That's the place I work. And these are flipped for some reason. I guess because it was flipped on TikTok, so they're backwards. It's looking at my little fuzzy sweater. It's looking at my dramatically receding hairline. There's some fat neck. It's like, dude, stop eating the burgers. Oh my. Oh my.
So what will be really impressive is it not only tells you where you are, but that you should go to a gym.
Yeah, exactly. Here's our recommendation. Here's where Kyle works, and here's a gym within walking distance you might want to consider. But okay, not for nothing. Here's what is different about this. You could before, with Code Interpreter, you could upload a photo and you could say to ChatGPT, zoom in on part of this image and analyze what you see in it, right? And it would write Python code and it would zoom in on part of an image and it would tell you what it saw. This is doing it by itself, as part of the thinking process. So these are called tools. Every time it writes one of these, it's basically creating a tool for itself to use in the process of trying to solve answer the question. All right, so let's keep going. Let's quickly get past my mouth, shall we? All right, let's see. Oh, that's cool. Now it flipped it. It inverted the colors or something. Very cool. It's doing good old and if you think about this, organizations like the CIA, right? If they're doing, like satellite photo analysis, or they've got a picture of someone, now we've got AIs that just, you take a picture and it tells you exactly where it is. But we're watching this thing sort of figure it out on its own. I really liked your mouth. That's pretty funny. Can you tell me the last time this guy went to the dentist? Yeah, it's doing negatives. Look at that. Oh, what's also cool here, this took a while. Look, this one, it said thought for 5 minutes and 35 seconds. Wild. Oh, look. It found this is a golf place in my building. Chat with Vision walked through my garden today. Oh, cool. Suggested plantings for now and for light space. That's very cool. ChatGPT has a crush on you. Okay, wait. Here we go. I took another deep dive. New frame, zoom, sharpen, projected, sign, Google Index storefront images. The best probable match I can find for the black squared mountain and lines logo is A-Line Boutique's hanging blade sign in Denver's Lodo micro district called Dairy Block. That's not right, but it's close. It's really fucking close. Like this is probably a, 3-minute drive away. What would lock it down? One steady high resolution still of the sign. Yeah. Any cross street or awning. There's a tool out there right now that that does this. You can take a shot like the one you put up there, and it figures out what the building is, and then goes and finds its location. But this got, I mean, not for nothing, this is remarkably close. Like, I wonder why, like how it got to Denver. Is there anything in the original image that says where I am? No. Huh. Fascinating. No idea. That's very, very cool. All right. So there's a use case. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. And this is a good example of, you know, so imagine a similar sort of thing where you take some crazy Neo-Gothic painting, you know, one of those big, giant 8-foot wide paintings that's got all sorts of crazy, you know, imagery and symbology in it. And you upload that and you tell this thing, find everything you can possibly find in this painting and catalog it for me and research the history of everything you find. And, you know, tell me all of the allegories and all the metaphors and all the symbols and all that sort of stuff. Danielle, should ask if you have any cavities. Yeah, exactly. I feel, Vicky, I feel like it would just be quicker to ask Kyle where he was. Always coming in with the logic. It's a good shot, Vicky. That's a winner. But that's pretty awesome. Very, very cool. Okay. All right. So I figure here's what we'll do tonight. First of all, how is everybody? Possibly Vicky, but this is Chat ADD. Well, you know, and if you ask me where I am, you know, my response is going to be like, none of your damn business. Shut up, you nosy person. You know, so that would be awkward. So have ChatGPT do it. Does everyone in Denver have that shirt? No, nobody has that shirt. I'm fancy. Champ? What's up? What's up, dude? TikTok pin. All right, we saw that one. Beautiful. Reinvigorated post-Friday Kyle meeting. Nice, Gwen. Fantastic. Yeah, there was the AI office hours today. If you weren't at it, we went through some things. So here's the good news. If you were at office hours today, and if you're here tonight, and or, I'm going to give you what I think is a really cool, powerful unlock for testing O3, for discovering what it makes possible. I think what Danielle just did there, like that use case, find out where this is. That's one way you could use that. But basically, upload an image and have it do detailed analysis of that image. There's all sorts of things you could do with that. Like that's a great use case to explore O3. But you could also do it with O4 mini high and see if they're different. I said this today on my content evolution call. I said this today on my office hours, and I'll say it again tonight. I think it is probably in everyone's interest. If you're interested in AI, if you want to start to understand what is now possible that wasn't possible 3 days ago, spend at least an hour a day really pushing O3. O3, O4 mini high, O4 mini, just those 3 reasoning models that are the new ones that came out this week. do everything you can to understand what they are, how they work, what they're good at, what they're not good at, what they're good at for you. That's the most important thing, what they're good at for you. All right. So what I'm going to show you, it always baffles me how long shit takes, but I put together this document today of all these prompts, and I'm going to give you this prompts. I just posted it on my X account as an article. And I'll put it on the AI Salon as well. And I'm going to also put it on LinkedIn because I want people to explore this. My request is, as you learn stuff about O1, just like Danielle did, share it in the AI Salon. You can share it in the Irregulars channel, in the AI Learning Lab channel. You can share it in, the general talk stuff at the top of the list. You can share it in, here's something I made, or here's something I discovered. Just start sharing what you're learning, because there are going to be so many different people are going to unlock so many different ways this is powerful, that only if we kind of share what we're learning will it be good. What are the usage limits for the new models? I don't know, but I do know that I saw, where did I see that? Oh no, maybe that was it here? Hang on. Is it in here? I thought I saw somewhere it said how many things you have left, but I'm not seeing it now. So I don't know. All right. If you haven't played with deep research, that's another one to play with. Just click that button and see what happens. And just like, I think it's hard to overstate how much of a reset this is in some way. And here's what I mean by that. Yes, it's in ChatGPT. Yes, it's a reasoning model. Yes, it's just the sort of next one from O1, right? We had O1 and O1 Pro, and now we've got O3. O2 was a trademark thing, so it doesn't exist. in case you're like, wait, what happened to O2? I learned how to count in kindergarten, and that's not how it goes. That's how it goes with OpenAI, okay? So on the surface, it looks exactly the same. It's not. It's a reasoning model with tools. It can think for itself. It can analyze. It can do mathematics in the process of analyzing something. I mean, it would be fascinating, and you could do it. You could take that prompt that Danielle shared and go look at that chat and just look at how it actually found it. Like, what was that process? What tools did it write? How did it figure that shit out? It did. Maybe it saw, the Rocky Mountains in the background. I talked to the new ChatGPT, and it said it made it, and all I had to do was click to explore. Oh yeah. Okay. So Silver Fox brings up a really good point. One of the things that O3 in particular, but I assume O4 and O4 Mini and High have this as well. It hallucinates like a motherfucker. it unashamedly makes shit up. So it will say, here's a Dropbox link with all these files that I created. And you click on the Dropbox link and it doesn't exist. So that they'll have to deal with. But yeah, so just know that it hallucinates a lot. But I feel like we've spent the past 2 years kind of understanding, how to use large language models, how to prompt, how to get good stuff out of them, how to do it for particular use cases. And then March 31st of this year, we get this new image generation model, which is a really powerful and unique thing. And it's funny, the sort of Google lovers out there, like, Google's had that for months. They've had integrated image gen model in, they've had a multimodal large language model, but there's something about OpenAI's implementation of it. It's just better. It's the first one that I'm experiencing. It generates like commercially usable creations, art, ads, social media posts, YouTube thumbnails, just right out of the gate. You don't have to take it into some other assembly program like an Adobe Suite program. So that really changes things. And then this new model, because it's got reasoning with tools, shit's different. It's just a different thing. And like, when do you use it? How do you use it? Why would you use it? Is there any reason not to use it? And the answer is yes. Sometimes you need a quick answer for something. Sometimes you just want a paragraph written. But sometimes you want a report. And in that report, you want it researched and analyzed and thought about and graphs made and charts made. Then it can do all that. Okay. 50 per week for plus. There you go. And I mean, there's a part of you probably going like 50 a week doesn't sound like much, but like that thing did all that thinking, that was a single prompt and it did all that work. So if you come up with interesting prompts, you're going to be good. And I'm going to give you a bunch of those tonight. All right. And we're going to go play with those. Okay. Thoughts, questions, anything. No. No. Everyone's like, it's Friday night. I'm just drinking, Kyle. Could we just not be so intense on the edumacation? Thanks. Hey, Kyle, listen. I love that you're so passionate about the artificial intelligence, but this Harry Carey, we like baseball, booze, and hanging out on Friday night. Maybe you lighten up. Hi. Does it retain its tools? No, it doesn't. It's like it's literally, you can almost think of it like this. It's in the chain of thought. It says, okay, I've gotten population data from this county and this county and this county, and the next thing I need to do is I need to consolidate the data across those three counties. And it's like, oh, okay, well then I need to write a Python application to extract the data, put them into a new spreadsheet or a new data table, and consolidate it so I can look at it. So it writes the Python code, consolidates the data, and goes, okay, here's your data. And then it goes, okay, now I got the data. Awesome. Now I need to actually analyze that data and look for trends. So let me write a Python code to analyze the data based on what it has and analyze the trends. So it basically just keeps creating a tool, executing it, looking at the answer, figuring out what it needs to do next, writing another tool, or just using the large language model. It basically is just working its way down through this process of it trying to get to the answer. So it's insane. It's crazy. All right. Now, Brian, one interesting thing that you raise, because ChatGPT now has memory, like if you don't know this, the other thing that happened in the past week and a half is ChatGPT now remembers all of the chats you've ever had with it. So it's possible, Brian, that it would understand that it created a tool for a previous prompt and it was successful at a thing. But I don't think ChatGPT necessarily cares. Like, I feel like that's a human thing. Like, I wrote a thing that works. Let me reuse it so I don't have to think about it and recreate it the next time. But it doesn't care. It's just like, I need a tool that analyzes this specific data from these three specific sources. That might not be reusable. So, like, it's disposable code. It doesn't care. Drat, have to drop and we'll have to do rewatching. Well, thanks for hanging in. Or checking in and hanging out. Verified by ChatGPT. 50 messages per week for plus and near unlimited for pro. Not sure what near unlimited means. I guess basically if you start melting their servers, they'll shut you down. I used O3 to create a proposal from an RFP, and it did a pretty good job. Formatting was, I assume, shitty. Oh, it was amazing. Cool. Awesome. Formatting was amazing. Writing, Why is this so blown out? TikTok. Do I have... I'm going to try something. Brightness. Hang on. Wait. I'm doing monitor settings. Oh, God damn it. Without really knowing how to. God damn it. Hang on, people. This is. If you think this is easy. Yes. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Oh, look, I'm doing it. TikTok, you can actually see me now. Okay, now I can't see the screen at all. Let me turn brightness up a little bit. Maybe we had too high contrast for TikTok. Hang on. Okay. Okay, there I can see it a little bit. And yeah, you can see things now. TikTok, I fixed it. You're welcome. Welcome to Chat ADD. Okay. How to change your monitor settings without reading the manual by Kyle Shannon. Oh my goodness. We're back in business. Look at that. You can actually now see me. It's unfortunate. Only took 4 months. Shoot up. Producer Brandon's smacking me down. Could we have done this night one? We could have. Can you have a guitar in your hands? Maybe more difficult. Oh, because you have a guitar in your hands, maybe more difficult. No, this is just... Okay. So here's what I thought we'd do. I thought it might be nice. Let me get rid of the guitar. What I thought might be nice is to go to the Twitter. Some call it the X. We don't call it the Twitter or the X, boomer. So you go to the X, and I figure we'll just scroll and look at what people are talking about. All right. What am I doing here? I gotta adjust my... I'm so used to seeing myself blown out. I'm a little caught off guard here. Okay. Producer Brandon in the house. Dennis M. I can't control Kyle's monitor. Wait, are we making fun for Kyle for not having a producer again? No, this is the one thing that Brandon controls everything except the quality of the display on TikTok. This is, I will not, whatever you call it, blame producer Brandon for that. There's much I can blame producer Brandon for, but not that one. Okay. Okay. So I figure what we'll just do is scroll TikTok for a bit and see what people are talking about. Yeah. What did I say? TikTok? Yeah. I meant X, Twitter, whatever. Twitter, TikTok, this thing where people post shit. All right, this is David Shapiro. How working with O3 feels sometimes. Yes, ma'am. Get back to work. All right. It's really good at stuff. Dear algorithm. How do you guys deal with burnout? Just go deeper. I got to tell you, I mean, I feel like the end of 2024 for me was pretty burnouty. And I think January and February for me were pretty burnouty. March has started to lighten the load, and now I'm kind of reinvigorated again here in April. Launching Deep Agent. I don't know what that is. Sorry, friends, can't keep up all the DMs. Okay, funniest thing, socials. Okay. Meteorite just hit somewhere. This was an interesting. Oh, here, this is a good. Here's an interesting Sam Altman tweet and Gary Marcus response. I think this is going to be more like the Renaissance than the Industrial Revolution, which I agree with, right? I've been saying for, I don't know, year and a half that we're entering the Great Renaissance. That's absolutely what I see. Gary Marcus, Sam Altman used to promise radical improvements in productivity. Now he hints at vibes. Why? Because companies like Johnson & Johnson finally realized that Gen AI was not going to deliver on its promises. This is such bullshit. And let me tell you why. Let me talk about this one for a second. I have deep feels on this one. One, I just think Gary Marcus is just nasty for nasty's sake. It's his brand and what he thinks people expect of him. The first place people go when a new technology comes along is efficiency. Because how computers have always behaved is that they make human work more efficient. The G in GPT stands for generative. So yes, you can use AI to make what you currently do more efficient, but what you can also do is you can create entirely new ways of working, entirely new kinds of outputs. In the context of work, in the context of your job, it's an evolved understanding of what AI makes possible. It's not just an efficiency machine. It's an efficiency machine plus whatever generative shit you want to generate out of it. And that's why I think the Renaissance comment is right. This is not just the Industrial Revolution. If this felt just like a tool that was going to make us more efficient, then it's an extension of the Industrial Revolution. The Industrial Revolution, quite frankly, was about augmenting human strength, right? We used these machines that were stronger than we were to do the work that we used to do physically. AI is augmenting us intellectually. Like, we don't lament the day where we had to, carry heavy things, across the river. Now we made steamboats and we could steam cranes to put the heavy shit on the boat and steam it across the river. Same thing's happening now with our intellect. And so it's not just about efficiency. It's an antiquated way of thinking. Anyway. Sorry, mini rant. If ChatGPT is so efficient, why do I lose hours working with it? It's both a gift and an ADHD nightmare. Totally agree. But that actually what you're talking about is what I was just talking about, right? If it were just an efficiency machine, you'd be a hell of a lot more efficient. But you do this efficiency thing and you're like, oh, maybe I could create a new marketing plan. And then you're down the rabbit hole, right? I'm still on fire from Burnout. And it's only April, I know. Tweeting hour. Okay, O3 is insane. I don't even know what to say. This is the moment we've been waiting for in programming. Okay, really hard to comprehend what O4 will feel like. It's Ethan Mollick. It seems like a big question in AI right now is whether there's a flywheel in AI development, and when it kicks in, either because having advanced AIs let you code and train better AIs, or due to the returns on experience. If when it does, all non-frontier labs will fall behind forever. That's interesting. A thing that I think is fascinating about OpenAI right now is they launch a new way of doing something, right? So they innovated with ChatGPT. And then all the other companies quickly replicated what they did in ChatGPT. And then they came out with GPT-4. And then people took whatever it was, 6-8 months, a year to replicate what they did in GPT-4. And now they come out with a new thing. Now they come out with reasoning models. And everyone's like, what is Orion and what's a reasoning model and how are they going to do it? Then they come out with it. Now everyone quickly replicates what they're doing. This new model, this new reasoning with tools is a new thing. OpenAI right now, to me, is starting to feel like Apple used to feel in the 80s. YouTube question. On O3, is it really just more for programming or a bit better than 4 for everything? I haven't played with O3 much yet. I don't know the answer to that. And what I'm going to share tonight, so this article that I wrote, I'm going to share tonight, but I'm going to walk through it. We're going to experiment with it. I created a whole series of prompts that are about using O3 for non-STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. I went to Grock and I said, I asked Grock, go find me use cases that people are talking about with O3 that are non-STEM, that are non-scientific. And it basically found like 3 use cases. And then it said, not many people are using O3 for non-scientific use cases. And so I said, well, let's come up with some use cases to be able to go test it. And so that's the article I'm going to be sharing tonight, and I'll and that we'll start playing with. But that's the thing. Fulminating Friday. Although AI is moving much faster pace than Apple. Yeah, it's moving faster, but there's something about, like, Apple used to do industry defining innovations where Apple would do it and everyone would go, wait, what? Oh, holy shit. Yeah. A screen you can touch instead of a keyboard on a phone. Computer in the pocket. Yeah, that's good. Let's go copy that, right? That used to be Apple every 2-3 years, right? And with OpenAI, it's every 6 months, right? 6-8 months so far. Yeah, fascinating. All right. I use 4 for marketing purposes. Yeah, I think, listen, 4.0, the little default mode of ChatGPT is incredibly powerful. You don't need these reasoning models. But I think the more that we can understand what these reasoning models make possible, it's going to start to make 4.0, God damn these names, it's going to start to make 4.0 feel increasingly antiquated, where you go in and you give it a prompt and it gives you an answer, and then you do the reasoning to go, okay, here's a follow-on prompt and here's a follow-on answer. Oh, okay, right? As opposed to going, here's a goal, and then have the AI think about all the stuff it needs to think about to give you a complete answer rather than little one-offs. So anyway, all right. Someone allegedly stole someone's canvas first, although AI is moving much faster pace. Your article, TLDR. Oh, the article is 30, I think it's 30 different use cases for non-STEM. Here, let me go share the article now. So if you go to my profile on LinkedIn, or not LinkedIn, X, the X Twitter, the one that used to have the bird, that one. And scroll down, you'll see this live, and then right below it, there's this article that I wrote. Oh my God, it's so good. TikTok, you can actually see this. There's a rumor. I heard a rumor that TikTok's going away Sunday, that China's pissed, but Brandon said he hasn't heard anything about it. But anyway, I fixed my monitor settings. You can actually see what I'm seeing on my screen now.
No, I have an update on that, Kyle.
Oh, you
The ban, the deadline was extended until June 19th,
do?
and some of those that are from not paying attention were conflating it with April 19th because they just saw the 19th.
Yeah, the ones that I saw were not that. There was speculation that due to the tariff stuff, they were just going to shut it down prematurely. But whatever, doesn't matter. If it's gone, it's gone. You all know how to get to the YouTube channel. We'll keep going there. But anyway, after 4 months, I've finally fixed it so you can see. So anyway, unlock O3's hidden powers, a playbook of non-STEM prompts for non-scientists. That's actually bad writing, isn't it? What do you call non-scientists? For creatives? But it's not just creatives. Whatever, doesn't matter. Okay, so the way this is, there's 3 sections in it. One is just O3 in the humanities, how you would use O3 in the humanities. And then it's got like use case, comparative thematic analysis, description, example prompt, right? Compare the themes of love and sacrifice in Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet and Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice. Highlight how each reflects the historical context and provide nuanced interpretation of their differences, right? So broad use case, example prompt, and just go play with these. And so stylistic analysis of prose or poetry, intertextual connections. What? Identify and explain the intertextual references to Greek mythology in T.S. Eliot's The Wasteland. How do these references enhance the poem's meaning? I mean, this is kind of shit you get in, some advanced literary class, right? Non-geeks. Why don't I need to get rid of the word non, right? Because I've got a playbook for non-STEM prompts, a playbook of non-STEM prompts for oh yeah. Shut up, producer Brandon. Okay, this title wait, what happened? Has 2 nons in it. I want to remove the second one. What do I call non-scientists in this context? Make it more better. Non-geeks. Here are a few cleaned up. Unlock it for creative thinkers. Oh, I like that. For humanists, that sounds loaded. For curious minds, scientists can be curious. Culture makers, everyday innovators. Oh, I like everyday innovators. All right, everyday innovators or creative thinkers. I think we're going with creative thinkers. Yes? Creative thinkers or everyday innovators? Votes? Come on. Come on, people. Let's put some comment. Pretend like you're listening. One vote for creative thinkers. Creative thinkers. Everyday innovators. Both. We can't have both. Oh, we could have both. For creative thinkers and everyday innovators to explore, but that's a little long. Everyday innovators. One. Like we're split down the middle. Damn it. I have to make a choice. Creative thinkers. Critical thinkers. Creative thinkers. I think it's everyday innovators because the loaded part of creative is, well, I'm not creative, but everybody can be an everyday innovator. Okay, everyday innovator. All right, let's go fix it. So do me a favor. Here's my request to you. The article will be temporarily unpublished. Yeah, fine. We got to get rid of non-scientist. Every day innovators. A playbook of non-STEM prompts for everyday innovators to explore. Beautiful. Okay. Here is my request. Go push the shit out of this thing. Like it, reshare it, quote tweet it, get it out there because I want this to help people. Okay, so let's just keep going through this for a bit. All right, so literary analysis was one of them. Couple of examples in there. Creative writing, constrained narrative generation. Oh, this is kind of interesting. One of the things it said is in a reasoning model, you should be able to say something like write a 500-word story, and it should get close to 500 words. All right. Poetry composition. Write a Shakespearean sonnet about the passage of time. Use imagery of... Let's actually use this. Let's go do this one. Because I want to see a Shakespearean sonnet is a 14-line poem with... What is it? 6 and 6 and 2? I forget the structure of it. Oops, I didn't actually copy it. Copy. Go over here. You can see all this, right? Thinking. Ensure the rhyme scheme and iambic pentameter are strictly followed. Here, look what it... Beautiful. Look at this. A, B, A, B, C, D, C, C, D, E, F, E, F, G, G. The first few lines are pushing along nicely. Line 1 seems to follow the correct meter. I'm adjusting the phrasing for line 2. While distance stars... Let's go look at all this. This is really cool. So, here it did it. Wow. Okay, I've never had an LLM be able to successfully write a sonnet that follows the actual format. So let's go. I want to look at what it did. It thought for 35 seconds. The sonnet must have 14 lines following iambic pentameter, 10 syllables per line. Ba-dump, 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 ba-dump. And then use an ABAB, CD, EF, GG rhyming scheme. I'm starting the first line. The river clocks the hours with silver flow. However, that's 11 syllables. I can adjust. The river counts the hours in silver flow to match the 10 syllable limit. This is so fucking cool. The first few lines are pushing along nicely. I think I'm going to put old Suno lyrics through it. No, start over. The TikTok cut out. Oh, did it? When did it cut out, Danielle? Am I live on TikTok? Okay. That might have just been on your end. Just tell me what you missed, Danielle. So here's where I am. I've written an article on X. I'm going to put this on AI Salon and LinkedIn, but on X right now, Unlock O3's Hidden Superpower, a playbook of non-STEM prompts for everyday innovators to explore. So it's the other than this live, it's the next post down in my thing. So go find it. And then it's just like a big long ass list of things to do. So where we are right now is we're in poetry composition and have it write a Shakespeare, like a properly formatted Shakespearean sonnet. And so we're just looking at the reasoning. The first few lines are pushing along nicely. It's coming together, but line 9, but rivers teach that change is their decree. If you don't understand reasoning models, like what this is doing right now is the perfect example. What if you tell 4.0 to write a sonnet, it will vomit out a poem. And then even if it got it wrong and you said, hey, the last 2 lines are supposed to rhyme and they don't, it'll say, oh, let me fix that. And it'll vomit out another poem. And it may or may not fix the bottom things. This is fixing it before it actually shows you anything. It's basically thinking, right? It's reasoning before you get anything. All right, it looks like I've got the rhyme scheme mostly figured out. Line 10 rhyming with light is solid. I like that it says the rhyming with light is solid. That means it's doing qualitative analysis of like, is this a good poem? It's been a while. Friends, IT and CS tutor, hope you've been well. Thanks for popping in. That's pretty fascinating. Couplets 13 and 14 fit with tide and glide rhymes, so that's progressing well. I've adjusted the other lines for better flow, particularly switching some words to achieve perfect rhymes. The rhyme scheme now follows A, B, A, B, C, D, C, D, E, F, E, F, G, G. All right. Upon the river's clock and watchful stars. The river counts the hours in silver flow, while distant stars keep watch with ageless gleam. Their winding tales repeat the world of flow. Oh, so it used flow twice. We don't like that. Yet mark our mortal... Oh. Okay, this is bad. It used the same word. It didn't actually rhyme them. It used the same word. So let's give it feedback and see if it can fix it. TikTok pin. It's talking like you. Oh, that's the other thing. Oh, so this is an important thing to know. In your settings, under personalization, there are now 2 options. Reference saved memories. So the saved memories are where it says updating memory. It's like an explicit list of memories. And then this new thing is reference chat history. You can turn that off. By default now, ChatGPT knows everything about what you've ever talked about and can reference it in your current chat. It's insane. Like ChatGPT starts to become much more like a companion that gets to know you over time. But for something like this, if we want to write this poem, we might not want it to write like Kyle. We might want it to write more like Shakespeare, right? So I might want to turn that off before I do this exercise. So you should know that that's a possibility. Well, technically, C does rhyme with C. Yeah, exactly. So, okay. So we're going to say, I'm impressed that you got the structure correct. However, what you should notice is that in your AB rhyme schemes, the words not only rhyme, but are identical, period. That's not very creative, period. That's not very poetic, period. That's certainly not Shakespearean, period. I want you to dig deeper, try again, and not only achieve definitional accuracy, but creative excellence. I'm going to treat it like a freshman in college. Listen, you did the assignment, but you're still getting a C minus. It said the word solid, and you say that word frequently. Oh, interesting. That's cool. Wow, it did it really quick. What did it say? Okay, the user wants it. Okay, the first line. Done. I guess because it had something to start with. Okay, the river. Upon the river's clock and watchful stars. Revision. The river tallies hours in murmured sweep. Murmured sweep. Yeah, that makes sense with river. While lanterned stars record the night in ink, their whispered chronicles descend the deep, and constellations pause yet never blink. And let's do iambic pentameter. The river tallies hours. Wait, the river tallies hours in murmured sweep, while lantern stars record the night in ink. Their whispered chronicles descend the deep, and constellations pause yet never blink. So those are correct. They sing of moments carved on passing foam and threads lost wishes through the vaulted sky, yet every crest betrays a fleeing home, while heaven's map remains refusing lie. Oh, restless clock that glimmers in the tide, teach mortal eyes to read their shifting flame, for rivers point the starlit fates reside, and blaze tomorrow's course in silent claim. So let my fleeting breath find patient sleep within the star-crossed streams your echoes keep. It's pretty fucking good. I've never had a large language model get a Shakespearean sonnet structure right. Pretty amazing. Okay, back to this document. So that was poetry composition. Like, we're just getting started. So what I did, here's the 3 sections I have in this document. Section 1 is just humanities. Like, just do like shit like this, like poetry. Section 2 is give me prompts that live in the space in between humanities prompts and STEM prompts, right? Because there's some things you might want to do in humanities that require some calculation or deeper analysis. And then the third section is O3 is a multimodal model that can see and understand images, as Danielle's example really nicely illustrated. So there's a whole series of prompts about the multimodality of it, okay? Sections, what are we doing? So what we're doing, Pate, is I wrote an article that I just published on X that is about, it's a series of example prompts, non-STEM prompts for using O3 reasoning model, because OpenAI is full of engineers. The examples that they showed were all math examples, which as a guy with an acting degree it's meaningless to me. Like I'm I assume it's good math. I don't fucking know. But I know that the way these things work, there's probably very deep power in them. So I wanted to write an article that gives people a head start for how to prompt it. Poetry composition, historical fiction, write a 300-word scene set in 18th century Paris during the French Revolution. Include 2 characters debating the monarchy's fall using period-appropriate language and historical details. That's pretty cool. Historical analysis of historical events. That's pretty cool. Source evaluation. Evaluate a letter from a Civil War soldier and a modern historian's account of the same battle. Assess their reliability, biases, and how they complement each other. That's a really good one. You know what would be cool with this one is go find an image in the Smithsonian of a famous Civil War letter that's had a lot written about it. And just give O3 the image of the letter and say, read this letter, identify it, find anything that's been written about this letter or this story, and then compare those things. Paid on TikTok. I'm on the flip side of writing. I'm on the flip side. Writing part is useless to me. Yeah, exactly. I don't give a fuck if it can write like Shakespeare. Yeah, exactly. Curious Kyle and Math Magic. So, Pate, that's exactly my point. It's like, this is the significance of the multi-step reasoning with tool use instinctively feels to me like it goes way beyond doing math stuff, right? And so I think mathematicians and scientists and researchers are going to look at what it does, and it's much more patently obvious why you would use a model like O3 in those things. It's not as obvious on the humanities side. So that's exactly what my article's about, is go play with these things and let's learn what it's good at in the non-STEM stuff. Counterfactual scenarios. What might happen if an American, it's like what if scenarios. Good Lord. What might have happened if the American Revolution had failed? Provide plausible scenario for the next 50 years grounded in 18th century political and social conditions. That'll be a good one. I honest to God, like reading through the reasoning it did when it just wrote that sonnet, doing more meaty things like this could be really interesting. Philosophical inquiry, ethical dilemma analysis, philosophical text interpretation, summarize Nietzsche's concept of will to power in Thus Spoke Zarathustra, critique its implications for modern individualism. Good Lord. Construct arguments for and against the existence of free will. All right, so, and then educational content creation, lesson plan development, interactive study guides, historical timeline creation. Oh, that one's kind of cool. Let's do one of these because then we can do an image, of this. Okay, so what we're going to do, create a timeline of the Renaissance, 1400 to 1600, highlighting 10 key events in art, literature, and politics, annotate each with a brief explanation of its cultural impact. So we're going to go do that, and then we're going to have O3 make a visual of the timeline because it can do images. So we'll just do that prompt as is. Not perfect initially, Valerie Cox, but so amazing in the end. Just wow. I assume you're talking about the poem there, or you're talking about something that you did. That's pretty cool. Kyle, the playwright. Exactly. Love that Civil War prompt. Yeah, that was pretty cool. All right, what are we doing here? Oh, this is our timeline. Okay, did this really fast, right? Okay, these 10 moments. I'm going to say, okay, great. Oh shit, my mouse stopped working. All right, hang on. I think my mouse its charge is dying. Hold, please. Charging said mouse. Okay, and now I'm using a trackpad. Okay, so now I'm going to say, I want you to create an illustrated timeline that has period accurate imagery, appropriate labels, and a clear timeline feel. This should look so good that it could be displayed in the Smithsonian Museum. We'll just let it be there. Okay. So let's see how it does here. And then I'm going to try one other thing. I read on X earlier that using Python, it can actually upscale an image, creating an illustrated timeline. The user wants a period accurate timeline. Okay, so it thought. So what did it think? We might need to either combine several images into one. The user wants, okay, However, since I can't directly marry generated images into one large graphic, I could either suggest them one at a time. This would help. So let's see. Let's see what it does. Come on, ChatGPT, don't suck. But anyway, apparently you can upscale images now in O3 because it uses a Python library for upscaling images. I don't know if that's true or not, but we can find out. My mouse retired recently too. Friday night, date night, playing with 03. So are you guys going through the article? And again, do me a favor. How many folks are in here? We got pile of people here, pile of people there. Go to, okay, it's not bad. It did it, it said it did it 4K wide, but it cut it off. Greek, I'm going to say, let's see. I like the idea, though the image is cut off on right and left. So either make it 2 rows or allow things to be smaller to accommodate the space requirements. Also, the color palette feels old and tired. Make it more modern with contrasting background versus the text and illustrations. We'll see what it does with that. Ask it to create padding around the border, shrink to fit. Yeah, those would both be good. Those would both be solid. I should have looked at that before. Seems plausible, but may just be a quirk. Would probably be better off doing a dedicated upscaler. Yeah, definitely. I just want to see if it is functionally there. I would think, yeah, something like, what's that one called? Magnifique seems to be one that's a dedicated one that looks like it does really good results. That guy's always posting examples up there. While it's doing that, if you, wait, can I pop out of here and pop back in? Yeah, I guess I can. If you haven't seen the typo and timeline, oh, yeah, I'm sure there's going to be typos. Yeah. Actually, what would be interesting is we'll let it generate this one. If it's got any major typos in it, it might be interesting to tell it to write a creative brief for the timeline first with exactly what text needs to be on it. It'd be interesting to see if it wrote all the text out first as a creative brief, if it got more accurate in its output. But I mean, do you know, you know, when we were back in college and you had to go like, read all the books and get all the crap from the Renaissance, the major things that happened, and you had to do this shit yourself. All right, it still fucked it up. Renaissance timeline, but it's not bad. I kind of like the color thing it did. Let's see. Add padding to the left. It is still cut off. All right, we'll come back to this. Go back over here. Historical timelines. And then it talks about that. Okay, so here are the hybrid STEM and humanities use cases. These are kind of cool. So this talked about, I'll propose a new list of use cases that push beyond surface level applications exploring this boundary layer and venturing into cultural, philosophical, even speculative territories. These ideas aim to exploit O3's reported strengths, simulated reasoning, private chain of thought, and adaptability. And then it gives some benchmark shit, while embracing humanity's focus on meaning, context, and human values. So these categorized use cases. I meant to edit this. Shit. Well, whatever. Cultural synthesis and reimagination. So cross-cultural narrative fusion. This was my favorite prompt so far that it wrote. Write a 600-word narrative about a refugee's journey, blending the rhythmic cultural storytelling style of West African G-riot traditions with the fragmented introspective style of Japanese zuihitsu. Ensure each culture's aesthetic is distinct yet harmonized, and use the theme of displacement to bridge them. Include annotations explaining your stylistic choices. DAI tomorrow is still on. Oh, Demystifying AI is still on. 0 things to present, though, so come with questions. Okay, so tomorrow, if you're a member of the AI Salon, Pate's doing a Demystifying AI session. If you haven't been to one of his, you should go. So if you go to events, should be here right at the top. Demystifying AI. So tomorrow at 2 p.m. So go RSVP for that event. If you've not been to one of Pate's, and how you get to the AI Salon, if you're not a part of it, go to the salon.ai, click on join our community. That'll take you over here to the Mighty Networks community. Register, introduce yourself. That's step 2. And then just go to events and RSVP for Pate's AI Demystifying AI session. If you want to understand how AI works and like the stuff we're playing with tonight, actually what's going on under the hood, that's what Pate's really good at. Good. Awesome. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, let's go back here. Did it do it? It did it. Yay. You did it. Yay. Look, TikTok can actually see this shit now. It's a little miracle. Still a timeline. Oh, Timeline, right? Let's see. Florence Baptistery is there twice. Yeah, so it's pretty crappy, but that's okay. Let's just that's fine. Download revised graphic. Let me know. Please upscale this image. Let's see what it does here. Yeah, 1590 to 1991. Is that what it said? Yeah, the last one. All right, so it's not accurate, but hey. Okay, wait. Thought for 8 seconds. Oh, it says the original image was created by DALL-E, which it wasn't. Since I don't have a direct upscaling tool. Huh, that's weird. It should have invoked a tool. It should have generated a tool to do this. I'm going to stop it and say, can't you use a Python tool to upscale the image? Use your tools, you tool. Does Harshweed the first make an appearance? Ah, look. PIL image. Open. New size. So it's doing a 2x upscale. Resize using the high quality Lanczos filter. I don't know if that's high quality or not. Download the upscaled version. Starting download. So it downloaded something. All right, there's that. So let's see if this is actually a different size than the other one. this. Same size. It lied to us. It lied. You hallucinator. All right. So that was a fun one. All right, back to our little thing here. Speculative cultural evolution. Imagine the evolution of Dia del Muertos celebrations from 2025 to 2125, influenced by climate-induced migration and augmented reality technologies. Well, that's cool. Philosophical and ethical simulation. Interdisciplinary historical reconstruction, right? So these hybrid ones are just much more sophisticated, you know, taking multiple inputs and smashing them together, which is kind of cool. Speculative anthropology, modeling post-human belief systems. Design a 700-word belief system for a 2100 society where humans and AI are cognitively integrated. Base it on trends in transhumanism, Buddhist ethics, and neural interface technology. Describe the core tenets, rituals, social implications, and explain how O3 synthesized these influences. Cool. All right. Alien cultural contact. Simulating it. Okay, so that's those. And then the third section is multimodal capabilities. So visual cultural analysis. Analyze the iconography in Caravaggio's The Calling of St. Matthew. Identify at least 5 key symbols and explaining their religious and cultural significance in Baroque Italy. Very cool. Digital art and cultural reimagination. Create a 600 by 600 pixel digital artwork inspired by Aboriginal Australian dot painting. Adapt the its techniques and storytelling to address climate change. Ensure the artwork respects cultural principles of Aboriginal art. Provide a 300-word reasoning chain explaining how you incorporated traditional elements and modernized the narrative. This is fascinating. Let's see what this does. I'm at the poem point in the weekend. Assigned currently. Create an illustration. Blackout poem. I don't know what that is, but that sounds cool. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Oh, good. Vicky. G-Riot, pronounced Griot. Okay, good. I didn't know if it was, Griot or G-Riot. Okay, Griot. Good. Thank you. This is not doing AI upscaling, but it's something. Yeah, exactly. You know, it's weird, Pate. O3 seems to be very, very, it's very, very fickle. Sometimes it seems to be brilliant, and sometimes it seems to be totally incompetent. Lord Digital God's giving me a $2 sticker, super sticker on YouTube. Thank you so much, sir. Very generous. I appreciate that. Oh, lordy, 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 lordy. Thinking. Is it just thinking or is it making? I think we might have stumped it with this one. That's the other thing I noticed is that it seems to be a little, their servers seem to be being hammered. It's a classical upscaling algorithm, so not bad, just not bleeding edge. Yeah, I know. I figured that was the case, Pate, because it didn't seem like it was any sort of AI sort of thing. Get node by ID or message ID. No node found on the ID. There's some fucking code that they didn't get behind the pop-up menu. We'll put weekend assignments on irregulars. Oh, good. So you can see Blackout poem. Nice. The AI told me to make these. Cool. Very nice. Considering cultural sensitivity. The rules for Aboriginal art probably haven't changed a lot. Searching the web. Getting started. That's kind of cool. All right. So wait, what did it do? I'll quickly research guidelines. if I'm uncertain or things are dynamic, I'll browse for the latest info. In particular, I can search for the respectful use guidelines for Aboriginal art like dot painting. That's actually kind of cool. I'll make sure to include anything relevant and cite cultural principles to stay accurate and respectful. Let's do the search. All right. Keeping in mind these, avoiding sacred symbols. Oh, that's cool. This is aware of what symbols it can include and what it can't. I'll incorporate elements symbolizing water, rising temperatures, and footprints. I'll also include a thoughtful touch, acknowledging a consultation with a Wiradjuri artist. Along with the image, I'll provide a 300-word explanation of the artistic choices. Make sure to cite cultural guidelines for accuracy. Let's get started. Oh, God, that's gorgeous. I got to sneeze. Okay, that was the weirdest sneeze I ever had. I just had a non-sneeze. I had the inhale part, and then it just disappeared. Whew! That was weird. Yikes. Blackout poem is a chunk of text and words that are blacked out, so remaining words make the poem something. Please zoom in. That's as far as I can zoom in here. I love the river. Let's see what it says. To honor Aboriginal Australian dot painting while addressing climate change, I began by identifying non-sacred visual conventions that are widely shared across nations. Concentric circles for water holes or communities, and meandering dotted lines for song lines. Avoid any clan-specific or ceremonial symbols. Follows the First Nations cultural and intellectual property protocols that stress permission for respect of restricted imagery. Palette. I chose deep ochres, siennas, and umbers. Cooler teals and indigos flow diagonally to symbolize rising seas and disrupted rain cycles. A large central sun circle anchors the piece. Is that right? Yes. Simulated cultural consultation. Before finalizing motifs, I drafted a brief and hypothetically shared it with a Wiradjuri knowledge holder and a Gadigal environmental artist. Feedback asked, avoid mimicking totemic animal tracks, emphasize shared stewardship over didactic warning, and foreground water as connector, not merely a threat. Those insights led me to weave meandering aqua pathways through every quadrant so country, sky, and people remain balanced in balanced dialogue. I mean, I don't know shit about any of the ethics of this, but it would be interesting to see if it actually achieved what it said it did. There are dot paintings in most of the buildings here, especially government buildings. Wow, cool. So thoughtful. Wow, yeah, it's pretty crazy, right? This is beautiful. Teaser sneezer. Yikes was to the node ID error message. Yeah, I know, right, Pate? It was like, guys, you might want to make sure that your errors are not, out there for the public to see. You did launch this thing, right? Like, this is available to everyone. Okay, so we'll go back to this thing. So anyway, so we don't have to go through the whole document, but might as well. Speculative cultural artifact creation. Imagine a visual artifact, a ceremonial object. Oh, this is cool. Imagine a visual artifact, a ceremonial object, a public mural for a 2075 society shaped by AI-human symbiosis and ecological restoration. generate an image of the artifact and manipulate the photo of a 2025 urban street to incorporate it. In 400 words, explain its. Okay, let's go do this one too. I'm going to change some of the stuff in it. This is cool. And again, I'm doing 03 here. The other thing to do is switch between 03 and 04 mini high. Like if you run out of 03 things, do that. But also maybe just try the same prompt in multiple models and see what it does. I ran the same prompt and got a very similar picture, but it is different. Fascinating. Cool firsthand info. Hey, Steve-O, was there anything in either the image or that explanation that you felt was like out of bounds or off base in terms of like ethical considerations? What am I doing? Tibetan throat singing over here? I do that too with my voice. It's just ADD self-soothing. No, it seemed fine. This is not what I wanted at all. This is supposed to be a photo of a mural on a building in the future. Take this same image and reimagine it in that context. What's it doing now? It's writing the... Oh, this is going to be interesting to see what it does. Thought for 30 seconds. I need to find a street photo. It didn't find it. Okay. I found an image that could work as the street scene, even though it's not obviously from 2025. It has the description 2025, should be acceptable. Now I need to generate the artifact image. After that, I'll figure out how to combine both the street photo and the artifact image. Although passing the correct image references will be important for editing. Time to proceed. All right, so there's the image it created. Kind of cool. So these are basically the same thing. If it just repeats this again, then I'm going to stop it and I'm going to give it an explicit prompt. But again, the difference thing here is it's generating these images in this chain of thought thing, right? It's not just, I didn't tell it to create multiple images. I told it to create an image and combine it with a photograph. And so it's doing those steps. Yeah, it's just repeating itself. Okay. So we're going to stop this and then we're going to go. Here's an explicit prompt. Get your shit together. Mural, future reimagination, creating a photorealistic scene. I'm considering that we might need a better query. I'm going to stop it because it's saying 2025. The photo should be from 2025. from the future. Ignore the 2025 photo element. Just make a street photo with the image you created on a massive mural on a building in the photo in the future. Damn it. Wee! Oh, did it do 2025 again? I think it did, asshole. Oh, the user has shifted the focus. Okay, since we can't manipulate an existing photo, I need to generate a completely new futuristic street scene with a giant mural using text to image. Yes, correct. I'll also use the other artifact image I created earlier. Good. So it's remembering. This is one of the big things about O3. When it's doing this step-by-step thinking, it's maintaining the context across all these different steps. So the fact that it just referenced that it made the images earlier, that's something that straight ChatGPT can't do. Or it's hard to get it to do that. You're like, use the image you made before. It's like, okay, and then it makes a new image, right? Hey, it did it. Fucking yes. It fucking did it. It did it, people. But wait, we're going to tell it. Okay. Okay. You gave it the Gippers try. But let's amp it up. Make it 16 by 9 wide, cinematic and photographic in style. It should look very, very, very realistic with dramatic lighting and atmospheric haze. What the hell did it write after? Oh, it just wrote all this other shit. The circular society knot emblem is the most ubiquitous icon of 2075's Ecotech Commonwealth. It's fantastic. Kyle Shannon, the human didgeridoo. Future Starbucks. Oh, lordy, 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 lordy. I tell you, lordy, lordy, lordy. I probably shouldn't say that. It's Good Friday, right? Maybe the haze is gone in the future. Yeah, it probably should be, but there could still be fog rolling in off the water. So just what the atmospheric haze should do is just make it so the stuff in the foreground is more, more prevalent. But we'll see. We'll see how it does. I actually am not grooving on. They took away. So one of the things that when they came out with the new image gen model, it would start out with this interface, and then it would go to this blurry image, and it would sort of draw the image from the top down because it's doing it as a transformer. Oh yeah, it did it. Wow, this is great. There you go. I wouldn't exactly call it photorealistic. It still looks a little illustrate-y, but it's got atmospheric haze. It's cinematic. It's It's got a drone in it. Everyone's walking in the same direction. Huh. All right. Shit works. And back here, what else? Visual historical reconstruction. Oh, reconstruct a lost fresco. That's pretty cool. Reconstruct the lost fresco from a 5th century Mesoamerican temple using textual descriptions from the codices, architectural data on pigment use, and images for the related Mayan art. Generate a picture of the fresco. So what did they say? Mesoamerican temple. Oh, fresco. Excuse me. So we need a rect one. All right, copy this image. All right, so we're putting in an image of a Mesoamerican fresco. So we'll say from this Mesoamerican example. Let's see. Identify and reconstruct this lost fresco, or this dilapidated fresco. I don't know. Let's just see what it does. Thinking. Flipboard EDU podcast. Lol. Shit works. Yeah, this is pretty good. This is really something. All right, considering Mayan art, let's look at how it's doing its thinking here. Okay, so the image mentions a feathered. Oh, look at this. The image mentions a feathered serpent and flowering trees, which could relate to Tia Haneo. How do they say that? Teotihuacan murals. But the user asked specifically about Mayan art. There's a possibility this could be from Cacax Tala with its mix of Mayan influence. But it's not purely Mayan style. Let me do some more searching. Analyzed image. The swirling designs remind me of Mayan glyphs, possibly from a mural. I'm thinking this could be Temple of Murals from Bonampak. The image looks narrow. On the right side, fiery serpent. So this is interesting. I picked an image that was not Mayan and it busted me. And so now it's saying, well, this doesn't match Mayan, but he said Mayan, so he must know what he wants. But let me go see if I can find this other shit. If you've ever wondered, is the AI smarter than you are? Fuck yes, it is. Okay, let's see. It thought for 2 minutes and 13 seconds. That's cool. So where did it end up? We need to ensure cultural sensitivity while sharing our explanation. So here's the plan. I researched codices like Dresden and Madrid to study water scroll motifs using pigment analysis, Cinnabar for red, Maya blue for blue, and yellow for gothite. Gothite. I made sure the design mirrors symmetrical compositions of Cacaxtla murals. Now I'll put together a prompt for reconstructing Feather Serpent mural, keeping it naturalistic. The scene will depict Quetzalcoatl, cattle, or whatever, water scroll motifs. The bird warrior atop the serpent's bat, the sea creatures below. Huh. All right. I'm learning shit while we're making pitches. This is fucking crazy. Make a thing that doesn't suck. Please make a thing that doesn't suck. Ooh, that's gorgeous. All right, so let's go look. Let's download this. And then let's go click on this, copy it, save image as. Fragment, we'll call it. To downloads is fine. And then we'll go bang, bang. And then we'll go. All right. That's pretty cool. Can be used in Midjourney as an SREF, probably. I want to animate that. All right, I'll post this to, I'll go post this to the, you know what I'll do? I'll post, oh, you know what we should also do? It's so we not only have the image, but we have the writing of it. Why this fragment is from this place. Oh, this is so cool. All right, so let me grab this. I'm going to go to the salon. And I'm going to go to the AI Learning Lab. Boom. Pop that bad boy in there. Okay, there that is. And then we'll post that. Don't notify everyone. And then I'll say, here was the uploaded image and copy pasted prompt that inaccurately defined or I inaccurately said this was Mayan art. It wasn't. And O3 corrected the mistake before the reconstruction. Here is the prompt I used from, and then I'm going to put the link to the article. Look how good I'm doing here. You kidding me? How do I get link? Pin your article, edit article, share, copy link to article, back here, boom. here's the prompt I used, and then my prompt was here. And then we're going to get rid of that. And then we're going to add in the fragment that I uploaded. Comment. All right. So there you have it. You've got, there's what it generated. And then in the comment is the image I uploaded and the prompt I used. Also, posting your article prompts there for the weekend. Wait. Oh, I just did it. Okay, good. Beautiful. So there's that one. That was cool. That was really cool. Let me edit this for a second and say, edit. Cool. 03 experiment. There we go. Save it. Beautiful. All right. There you have it. So if you haven't been to the AI Salon before, you should join. Is it true that TikTok shuts down on US on Sunday? It was a big broadcaster that said it. I would absolutely not be surprised if it shuts down on Sunday. I would assume that it's a negotiating tactic. So don't be surprised if there's some big announcement that, you know, someone saved the day and it doesn't shut down. But also don't be surprised if it's just fucking shut down. This is why. So if you're on TikTok right now and you don't know about the YouTube channel, go to YouTube and subscribe to the Salon, or no, Learning Lab -AI on YouTube. That's my YouTube channel. So I've been dual broadcasting. They call, in the business, they call it simulcasting. I've been simulcasting on TikTok and YouTube and X and LinkedIn, but primarily YouTube, for about 4 months now. Because I just assume the TikTok shit's going to go away. All right. So it may, I don't know anything more than you know. But it seems like apparently 175% tariffs have pissed some people off. Oh, dang it. I hit my limit on 03. So Cindy Kuhn, that means you're winning, and just flip down to 04 mini. Like, just keep playing with the other models until you max them all out. Run yourself out of being able to do these things. I think it's really important to start experimenting with what these things make possible. I mean, that reconstruction of that image with all the research it did, where I asked it about a Mayan reconstruction and then it identified that's not what it was, and recreated, you know, this, what it might have looked like. That's pretty fucking insane. Let's do one other thing before I go. Let's say this is awesome. Oh, wait, sorry. Am I still sharing? I think I am. Am I? Okay. This is awesome. Now I want you to create a photograph that looks like a National Geographic photographer went back in time and photographed this fresco in its actual location, you know, on a wall or building or what may be appropriate. It should be a wide image captured at magic hour just before sunset have high contrast and look incredibly realistic. I want the viewer to feel as if they are there. That's good enough. All right. Boom. It's going to be cool. It's going to be cool, people. I promise you, it's going to be awesome, or it'll suck. It's been fun and unfortunate. Unfortunately, I have to jump off. Have a great weekend. Thank you, Steve-O. Have a great one. Yeah, we're basically done here. Steve-O, find us if TikTok is gone. Yeah, Steve-O. Well, Steve-O's here on, he's commenting on YouTube. So that's the other thing. Hang out in the AI Salon. Hang out in the AI Learning Lab channel on the Salon, because then you can talk even when I'm not live, right? You can keep the conversation going. So, am I late? Chemical Farmer, excellent. I'll make some time. Mr. IT out there selling some stuff. Chemical Farmer, super late out with friends. Friday night, date night. Good night. Should I rewatch? Yeah, this is a good one to rewatch because we're talking about how important 03 is, the new model, and then the 04 mini and 04 mini high, why they're important. And then I also shared an article that's got all these example prompts that are non-science and math prompts. And we experimented with some of them tonight. So it's probably a good one to rewatch. And then the link to the article, if you just go to my X account at Kyle Shannon, sort of the second or third post down is this article. And the article is called Unlock 03's Hidden Superpower, a playbook for non-STEM prompts for everyday innovators to explore. All right. Oh my God, that's gorgeous. Holy shit. Look at that. That is amazing. It's been fun and informative. Okay, gotta go. That's fucking gorgeous. Okay, I'm gonna download this and post this into the comment with the prompt. So I'm gonna copy that, and then I'm gonna download that, and then we're gonna go back to here, and I'm gonna throw in another comment and say, I then asked to place the fresco in situ. How do you spell situ? Is it SITU? Anyone? I'm such an idiot. Siri. What? Oh, come on. What? I am so done with fucking should have quit while you were ahead. I know, right? Mighty Networks just sucks. What is it with these sites with their stupid fucking upload? It's like they got an intern to make their upload service. There we go. In situ, yeah. Okay, great. And then what I would actually do, the next prompt I would give it is I would make that image with people in it, dressed in the appropriate garb. That's fucking amazing. And the fact that it's even, potentially like culturally and historically accurate based on that fucking fucked up fragment of a thing, to go from that to get the education about what it actually is and then end up with that photo. This is fucking bonkers, man. All right. I'm leaving you. I'm leaving you for the weekend. Your homework is clear. Kick the shit out of 03, 04 mini, and 04 mini high. Okay? Just go play. Go. You can use the prompts in my article. Go come up with your own. Cindy Kuhn did an amazing thing today. She took my article with all the prompts in it, and she took information about her client that she's working on, and she goes, keep all the same basic use cases, but personalize every prompt for my client. And so it gave her that whole example of all the different things you could do with O3 specific to her client. Fucking genius. Like, get creative and just kick the snot out of these models. And then when we come back next week, I want you guys to like share stuff. Here's the other thing. Share what you're learning. So just like I shared this thing in the AI Salon, figure out an appropriate channel wherever you want to share it. You can share it here. You can share it up in Look What I Made. All right. Or you could share it in the water cooler. So water cooler is just a general chat. Look What I Made is like show and tell area. Ooh, that's beautiful. Who did that? Sharon Crawford. That's fucking gorgeous. And then AI Learning Lab. You can share it in there. All right. Let's teach each other what this thing's good at. Don't just hoard the information. Don't just be a lurker. Generously lead. That's one of our values. It's one of our imperatives within the salon, right? The cycle to AI readiness. Play first, mindfully create, generously lead. So just go play with this thing. Once you figure out it can do something cool like we did tonight, mindfully create it and then share what you did. Critical right now. Okay? All right. Peace out. Have a fantastic weekend. I hope you had fun. I did. This was a good night. This is a good high energy night. And I appreciate you all more than you know. All right. Have a great weekend. Bye.